Welcome back to Feedback, where the streets are talking, and they're talking about the Odyssey. Loudly, by the way, because if you have not seen the Odyssey, I will just say that it is what I would refer to as the B-Day of movies. It is a loud as hell movie, especially if you see it in IMAX. Christopher Nolan likes loud movies. We all remember Tenet, but bring your earplugs to the Odyssey if you have not seen it yet. I'm obsessed with this movie. I love Christopher Nolan. I think that it is fantastic. I think the third act is one of the best things he's ever done. And then you got the Hollywood Reporter here, who did a ranking of all 13 Christopher Nolan movies, worst to best, including the Odyssey. Right away, Insomnia is number 13 at the bottom, and I am disgusted. I love Insomnia. It's sort of like a lesser, more underrated Nolan film, but man, it is Al Pacino, and it is just so good and moody. It definitely deserves to be higher. And then Tenet is number 12. I love Tenet. Tenet is my favorite Christopher Nolan film. Controversial take, but I didn't really get it when I saw it during COVID. I was stoned. I was at home. I need to see it on the big screen. When it was re-released last year in IMAX, I'm in love with that movie. I've seen it so many times. He's always making movies about men for men. Yeah, it sucks that his female characters always sort of get the short shrift in his movies, but I really appreciate that he is having a conversation with straight men that no other director is having with them. And Tenet is about friendship. But the Dark Knight trilogy, revisiting that, I don't think I love it as much as I used to. Obviously, I think The Dark Knight is amazing, but The Dark Knight is number 1 on this list, and that's just a little silly. Oppenheimer is also number 3 on the list, and Oppenheimer was really boring to me. I could see he did a lot of research for this film. He had a lot to say, but Oppenheimer doesn't gag me. The Prestige is at number 4. I would put The Prestige up much higher, right after Tenet, probably, for me. And then you've got Interstellar. Interstellar is not my movie. I would probably put it at the bottom. And I think that I am mostly just taking it out on straight men who have it in their top 4 on Letterboxd. Sort of how The Song of Achilles is in every single gay guy's Hinge profile. That, along with A Little Life, seems like it is very troubling, and you should go see a therapist now. Inception is at 6 on the Hollywood Reporter's list, which is fine. I love it. I don't rewatch it as much as I used to, because now I have Tenet. And then there's Dunkirk. I don't really care about war movies. And I had no interest in seeing it at the time, but now that I have developed a bigger love for Christopher Nolan, I think I'm finally going to watch it. But man, The Odyssey is really, really quite good. And I can't wait to talk about it more on this show in the future. There's so much going on in the film in regards to masculinity, the war crimes going on in the Trojan War. When I draw a direct line from the Odyssey to Animorphs, it will blow your minds. I just have to figure out how to do that. Until then, unlike Odysseus, our journey today won't be filled with sirens or nymphs with attachment issues, but Lower East Side clones, skinny jeans, dying magazine culture, and Tom Holland's exposed armpit. And thankfully, I won't be making the voyage alone. Joining me are former Harper's Bazaar editor and Forward Joy creator Chrissy Rutherford, alongside fashion commentator and TikTok titan John Villa. We get into summer's biggest fashion debates, the future of magazines in an age of algorithms and influencer culture, and why, to break into the world of fashion and stay there, you simply have to be outside. Feedback starts now. This has been truly one of the best New York summers on record. First of all, we endured a harsh winter, like Sister Soldier, coldest winter ever. And then we had the Knicks, and then we just have like this general energy of New York. It's like alive, but it's also hot in the city too. So like how are you feeling fashion-wise for living in New York right now? You know, like, what do you feel you want on your bodies? What do you like seeing on other people? Like, how should we be dressing for this hot girl summer, hot boy summer, hot New York summer?
Okay, I was just in the city all day on Saturday, and I was actually really frightened by what I saw because all the girls are dressing exactly the same.
Oh, like this
Like,
West Village uniform, or is
I
it
mean, I didn't make
worse?
it over there. I don't go to those parts. I was in the Lower East Side, but
Mm,
still very scary.
What was the
Like, they're all
uniform?
clones of each other. They're all wearing like little like black tank tops and like a little and like either baggy pants or like some silk slip kind of skirt. I don't know. It
okay.
was just I just don't understand what's going on that they all want to dress alike. The like hive mentality around how to dress, I think is, I don't know, just really disappointing.
Yeah. How are you feeling?
I want loose fitting clothes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm equally horrified lately by seeing people walking around in like 90 plus degree weather in skinny jeans
The skinny
Yeah.
jeans are
ooh.
still around, and I see gays in skinny jeans too, and I'm like, what's
I mean,
happening?
when I said people, I meant
You
girls.
mean
I'm
the
like,
girls.
girl, take those off.
Like,
We need to get you better pants. I can't. I don't have time for it. Like any time of the year, but particularly when it's like stuck to my thighs and
Ugh,
then some. Like
that's
it's
horrible.
yeah, it's
Horrible.
it's too much. We need to get you into like a little flowier silhouette, something with a little more volume, both in terms of like comfortability for the summer and also
Yeah,
just like just a better silhouette.
I
Like
agree.
we gotta get rid of these like clingy pants.
No denim for summer. I'm sorry. I mean, denim shorts, sure, but
yeah.
like no like full leg jeans.
Oh, I wore these Sandro jeans for
I
years.
know. Well, you're inside, but like for traipsing around the city, like
It
no.
is rough. It is rough. It is. What's also weird is that, well, I mean, I'm coming into work now, and I haven't had to commute in a minute, so
Mm.
this is a whole new
Whole new
ball
ball
game
game.
for me because I am like coming in and like sweating to death
Yep.
Yeah.
in my commute, and then I'm coming into like the office, and I'm like,
I know.
well,
I
I
don't
have to
miss
have
that.
something else different to wear when I sit down here,
Mm-hmm.
and I've gotten into the denim short lately.
I
I was
love a
never a
denim
denim
short.
short person before, but I
What
think
style are you doing? Are you
well,
doing a
like
cutoff? Are you doing a finished hem?
no,
Like,
I'm doing the like sort of like knee length,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
like you know, like yeah,
Carpenter.
like
I
Yeah.
like that.
I'm
I
really
like that.
first of all, there's a Carhartt across the street,
Period.
and I
Perfect.
am constantly running it up.
Done.
And well, that seems sort of like the vibe to at least for it was sort of for like the Brooklyn gays, like at least last year and at least still this year.
Yeah,
You know, it's
totally.
sort of like the baggier jean
Oh
in
yeah.
the fall and the spring, and then
Yeah,
now it's
yeah,
the
yeah.
like
The
like longer
longer short.
shorts. You
Yeah.
know, it's
They're
like
at the circuit party in like
yeah,
long Carhartt shorts.
in that, and
I've
then I have
heard.
friends who go to the party, you know, in jeans too, because the shirt's coming off anyway. So
Right,
it's like, well,
right.
let me wear the
But like a full
jeans.
jean, like that
Yeah.
feels oppressive to me. I need a little bit of more airflow than that. But I love like a knee length carpenter, like lots of pockets. I'm happiest when I have like minimum 5 to 6 pockets that don't really hold anything on my
Well,
person at all times.
I know that you are always getting questions from people on
Hmm.
Instagram, like,
Yeah.
where do I get my jeans? Where do I, what should I be buying? Like, what are your favorite stores at the moment, or places that you two feel like people should be hitting up for clothes?
Oh God. I actually just posted a thing yesterday being like, I'm like, what's it called when you really want to shop, but like you're bored by everything?
Yeah.
I just feel like everyone's kind of making the same stuff, and so my eyes are kind of glazing over. But I did go to this really cute shop in the Lower East Side called Peche,
Hmm.
Peche, and they had such cute stuff. I actually bought a skirt. It was under $200. I thought everything was like vaguely affordable. They also make shoes, like everything. All the Gen Z girlies were also in there. So I'm like, okay, cool. It's a cool place. Yeah, they had like the balloon pants. They had really great stuff. Lots of cute loafers. So I'm into like trying to find things off the beaten path.
I took it back to 7 jeans earlier this spring
Oh, I
because you posted
love.
about that.
Sevens.
And I was
I
like,
love.
and I honestly was like, you know what? I don't ever think I'd had a pair of 7s.
Oh
had
my
I'd
God.
had a pair of True Religions, but I'd never gotten all the jeans in, you know, the Fergie song. So I was like, let me get some
Collecting them all.
7s. And I found these because I found these black jeans from 7 that were fantastic.
In my high school, if you didn't have 7 jeans, like you weren't shit.
Oh yeah.
Like you really weren't.
It was the like politics of like the back pocket,
pocket,
stitching.
like the stitching,
what's
yeah.
it gonna be? Is it 7? Is it the Joe's? Jeans
Yeah.
were really
Or
big
the
in my
True
high school as
Religion,
well.
yep.
True Religion, yeah, that's
I had to go
hard.
buy mine at Loman's because my mom was not with the shits. She was not trying to
Right.
buy me over $200
No,
jeans.
no. We were a Gap
No, yeah.
family.
Yeah.
Honestly, I love a Gap jean now.
Absolutely.
Yes, they're
Gap's
having a
doing
moment.
big things.
Yeah.
Zach's really turning it around over there.
know.
Which
I
is
love
crazy
Zach.
because I feel like I don't want to be in Banana Republic anymore now. you
Wait,
know?
stop. Banana Republic actually looks so good.
Is
I-
it?
So good.
Should I be running back there?
Yeah.
They've
Okay.
had like a whole little rebrand, and I think they make really great summer stuff.
I used to work there. So
Okay,
so
you have,
part
like,
of me is well,
PTSD.
it feels very like office wear.
Okay.
Yeah.
At Banana or at a family brand?
No, it was at Banana
itself.
Republic.
So I
Yeah.
used to work at Gap. All
Okay,
through,
well, I worked at both
all
too.
through college, really.
I
Yes,
love
I
that.
worked at Gap circa the Red Campaign.
Oh, iconic.
Oh.
Oprah came in the store.
Yes.
Stop.
Yes,
She did.
because I was in Chicago
Okay.
on Miracle Mile. I worked at that store.
Oh,
in
damn.
college.
That's serious.
Yes, and then I moved to Banana Republic, and actually, when I moved to New York, I transferred jobs to the Banana Republic and
Yes.
Rockefeller Center.
Oh, yes.
Girl, I lasted less than a week.
Really?
I stopped going.
You couldn't
I
handle
stopped
it.
going.
You couldn't
I was
handle
like,
the crowds.
I actually don't like it here.
It's a
Oh.
huge
I don't wanna do it.
store.
Yeah, I didn't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
People asking questions at Gap and Banana Republic are sometimes the worst shoppers.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
I can see that. But
Yeah.
no, I think what they're doing right now actually looks really, really good.
Okay,
Yeah.
what are you loving?
I mean, I also like growing up with Gap, and like I was constantly shopping at Banana Republic for my like kind of elevated basics. I still go to Banana a lot. I have a couple pairs of pants that are like my favorite baggy trousers ever that are Banana women's, and people are always like,
Oh.
"Where did you get those?" I'm like, I don't know. I'll never tell. I'll tell you now.
Yeah.
I'm a chronic online shopper.
Yeah.
I mean, I've worked in e-com for a while now, and I'm just like always constantly shopping. I do
Yeah.
think tragically the best place to go shopping is abroad.
Mhm.
Like go to literally any other country, and hit up some like concept stores, and you will find things that you could never locate in New York City.
Truly.
I mean, like it's here, I guess, but I just enjoy like the thrill of shopping when I'm somewhere else, and then it's like there's a story attached to it, and it's easier to justify as well.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you're
this
like,
is
this is my souvenir.
this is my souvenir. Yeah, I'll have this forever.
$500 coat.
Yeah, I mean, I used to be more of an online shopper. I'm trying to do more of the brick and mortar thing, you
Yeah.
know. First of all, I like the shift towards that in culture in general, but
Yeah.
I think it's more fun for me to do that because I want to spend more time actually in a store. When I go to like there's this place I love in Bushwick called Select Vintage,
Mhm.
and the owner like commended me because I spent like an hour in there like going
Aw.
through every rack, but I was like, well, it was fun doing this when I'm online. When you're searching,
Yeah.
it's,
You're like,
I
okay.
sort of like
Really
hate doing that
quickly.
on my phone, you
Yeah.
know? Well, I mean, speaking of like online shopping, this spring, you know, fast fashion giant Shein bought Everlane,
Mm,
a brand that has
RIP.
long marketed itself as sustainable, and many like Everlane fans were up in arms about this.
Sure were.
So like, what do you think this acquisition says about the state of like sustainable fashion now?
I feel like this was a PR moment for Shein because they're
And
like
I always say Shein.
Shein.
And it's like
Shein.
Which is it?
Shein. I don't know. 'cause
Shein.
I never
I
want to say.
She's in
like,
what?
I never want to say Shein because I'm like I don't want to
Yeah,
gender her.
yeah.
You know, Shein.
They in.
She out.
Yeah. She should
Actually.
be.
I don't know. I don't know, but I feel like this is their way of kind of trying to buy themselves some good PR so they can be like, look, we can do both. We can hire children in sweatshops, and we can also, help float businesses that want to do well in the world.
I mean, it'll really depend on like how much they change the infrastructure and operations of Everlane. Like if they kind of just let them go off and do their thing and they're just the bank, then like, okay, great. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say that Shein is now like a social warrior or something, but like
Right.
fine. But it could easily, I think, like corrupt that business as well. So
Yeah.
it's
I was
tough.
not invested in Everlane, so
You were never an Everlane girl.
no, really
I
wasn't.
don't think I have anything from them.
I don't either.
I mean,
No.
they were also long accused of greenwashing, as they
Right.
say, where it's
Mhm.
like, okay, how sustainable was the business? Not to mention, like during the summer of 2020, then it came out that they were actually like, allegedly abusing like, black and brown employees. So I'm like,
They were redlining the lane.
you said it, not me.
But no, that's a lot of these companies too now, just in sort of like
For sure.
saying we've never claimed to be fully sustainable in the first
Yeah.
place,
Yeah.
and they're aiming for sort of like
Right.
transparency and improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I think also a lot of people think that like, okay, the luxury brands are sustainable or, aren't as harmful. And I just think, I don't know, it's capitalism, baby. I don't think the perfect brand like that exists.
Yeah. Is there any good, equitable, like
Yeah.
ecological brand out there? Like, I don't know. It's other than just like small makers, small studios. It's hard to say.
And it's just like at the end of the day, all these brands care about is making money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like the only way to sort of be sustainable and sort of like just caring about the world now is just vintage shopping at this
Yes.
point,
Yeah.
It needs to have already existed.
Yep. We
Yeah.
love vintage.
I want to shift gears a bit to sort of like the fashion world now,
Yeah.
specifically like magazines.
Yeah.
Because we talked a bit about brick and mortar, we talked about like people embracing analog now. And also the Devil Wears Prada sequel came out this year.
I
and
cried.
Yeah.
I just saw it.
First of all, I loved it.
I
thought it was bad.
I thought it was
time.
I thought it was really good, but it also felt like a horror movie because it was so
It
real.
was about the slow death of the fashion
Right.
Yeah, it
industry.
was really sad.
Yeah.
I did not expect like that I was gonna get emotional, but I was sobbing at the end.
Well, it's just like, what is the shift away from print meant for fashion and for fashion trends?
It's really more so that the algorithm, right, has changed how we interact with trends because everything is just moving so fast. Like the magazines actually can't keep up. Like we can barely keep up, but they certainly can't if they're making magazines that are 3 months ahead.
Right. Yeah, I feel like it used to be dictated by such a small elite group of people in very particular rooms within publishing houses, within magazines, and it's more democratized in a way, I guess, being that like anybody with a green screen and a clip-on mic can set trends or say what a trend is going to be, and some of that is nonsense as well. It doesn't come with the
Yes.
same sort of authority as Vogue, Harper's, whatever, but yeah, it's more, everybody is kind of in on the conversation now, which is good and bad. I
Bad at the
miss
same
I
time,
miss
yeah.
a physical magazine. I think we all like grew up idolizing those books, so it's sad to see them kind of like slipping further and further away. It was a really sad moment in the Devil Wears Prada. I think like
Yeah.
Stanley Tucci had that line. I was like, oh my god, like excuse me.
But yeah, you also sort of do have these new editors now too, talking about how like they want to make a special issue. They want to make an
Right.
issue that people really want to go out and
It
buy.
needs to feel like a
And I mean,
collector's item.
yeah, I mean, well, you could stick Connor Story or Hudson Williams on a cover,
And I
and then
will
they will
buy
sell
it.
out.
And I mean, what they have done for the publishing industry is actually incredible. I'm like, damn, I'm special ordering like $30 magazines. Yes, I will.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I actually can't find my Wonderland issue. I think it arrived when I was in London, and then I haven't
Someone
been able,
swiped it.
I haven't been able to find it. It's maybe, I don't know. My my mom might have put it somewhere, but I haven't seen it.
Do you see like these sort of like issues impacting the world of magazines, or like is that impossible for magazines to even bank on, because at this point it's sort of you need someone to break out and be this big star, and then you need someone to then want to consume everything that they're a part of.
Yeah, I think it's pretty rare for a magazine to be able to replicate that again.
So what makes a magazine cool for you now? You know, like, do you still go out and buy them?
I haven't bought a magazine in a really long time. No, I mean, speaking of Devil Wears Prada, they did that like mock issue of Runway with Emily as Emily Charlton on the cover, and they were like giving them out at the premiere, and that was like a really fun, also kind of like sad thing to flip through, because it was sort of like, look, it's just like one of these old-timey big glossy fashion magazines that don't actually exist
they
anymore.
did that for the Vampire Lestat premiere too, like a Rolling Stone, and I was like, all right,
okay. It's like, do I have it on my coffee table? Yes, of course. I love her, but I haven't purchased a magazine. I came really close. I might still get the
really
Rihanna issue of Edward Enninful's
72.
So EE72. That's, which like again is like a special issue. He does quarterly, I think, publications, and I guess there is something to that, not being such a fast cycle and being able to like really focus. You get Rihanna in for a photo shoot, you pull some of the most amazing couture of the season and kind of consolidate it all into this one really juicy package that isn't immediately being like, you're not usurping yourself 3 weeks later by the next issue. That's really enticing to me, and it is just like, you know, really, the images were so beautiful.
I know, they're so beautiful.
And I get literary magazines. Like, that's what I get now, you know? Like, I still subscribe to the New Yorker and, like, the Paris Review. But it's, like, because people are reading. So I'm like, I want those. But,
I know. I do still buy subscriptions just because, like, I want to support the industry. So but it's really funny. I subscribe to, like, GQ, New York Mag, The New Yorker, Psychology Today, because I'm a nerd. And then I get Arc Digest.
Is Orna in that magazine?
She's not, but she needs to be.
Like, I feel like I would be getting Psychology Today if she was up in it.
I know. I'm like, if someone from Psychology Today is listening, call me, because I feel like that magazine needs a revamp. And yeah, so, and then I also do Elle Decor and Arc Digest because I just love the home stuff.
Well, you brought up Edwards, and speaking of the magazines too, like, I feel like there's so many with new editors too. I'm gonna mention just these magazines and the editors, and I want just like a one-word response to just like how you're feeling about just like their tenure or the magazine in general now.
Okay.
We'll start with EE72, Edward Enninful.
I mean, I'm a fan. I think he's iconic, and very considerate with what he's putting out. This issue in particular it just felt like really well conceived, well executed.
I've been underwhelmed until this issue. Like, I thought the first issue, I was really surprised. I was like,
the Julia Roberts cover,
with a gray background. I was like, this
it's a little rough.
This is your first cover. Like, if the Rihanna cover was his first cover,
kick the door down. Here's my magazine.
Because I still think about his first cover with Ottawa for British Vogue. Like, so many of his covers like are so memorable to me. So that first one
that was strange.
Yeah, I was just like, like, I love Julia, like, love her down, but I was like, on a gray background, sad.
Well, he left British Vogue, and right now we have Chioma Nnadi at British Vogue. So what do we think of that?
I like it. Yeah, I think she's doing a great job. And like, I love to see any of the people that are in those positions that were kind of coming up at the same time as me, like, you know, take over those jobs and kill it. I want everyone, to win.
Sure.
Yeah, I think it's a tough act to follow.
Oh, for sure.
Edward was so like prolific and did such landmark, groundbreaking things. Like, I don't envy. I wouldn't want that job for a number of reasons, but like especially after Edward. But no, I think it's going really well. Like, they're getting kind of like warmed up over there. It seems like kind of entering a new era. It's exciting.
Okay, Vogue, Chloe Mel.
I think she's gonna do a great job.
Was Timothée the first one?
No, that was Anna's last.
It was Anna's last. Oh god,
Mm.
that was like a death rattle of a.
Was
cover.
that him in space?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that one was
so
crazy.
weird.
It was him in space.
She was like, bye. She was like, let me have a little gag.
him
with
out
it.
in the desert.
I know.
You
Wait.
couldn't even see him. It was like Timothy's in Celine, but he's like way off in the distance, like in a shadow, in on like a sand dune. It was like, what are we doing here?
But
Where's
that
the
was
fashion?
sort of the vibe of her final covers too, because like the other one was like, was it like Gigi or was it Bella? One of them was like them, in the,
Gigi.
like them, just like in the plains.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Gigi.
yeah.
But I think Anna's still involved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So in the covers.
I mean,
and-
Edward too. Like they're both kind of like senior, like
Yeah.
global staff over Conde. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, her influence is definitely still there.
Yeah.
She's Madam Web, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's like she's still connected.
No,
with
Not
all
Madam
of them.
no
Web.
big moves are no. There's no big moves happening there without her being
Yeah.
involved.
No.
Well, Vanity Fair, Mark
Love.
Giudice.
Oof.
I think he's killing it.
Mm-hmm.
I really do.
Yeah, agreed. There's a lot of like art happening in those editorials.
The Carlos cover, so
Mm.
good.
Yeah,
I also thought the Kylie one was really great.
I did too. I have that cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went and
Oh,
got
maybe
it.
actually I need to get a subscription.
Yeah, I subscribed to Vanity Fair.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So after that, like around that issue, because
yeah,
I was
like
moving.
the Tayana Taylor one,
Oh my
like
God.
so. Oh my god,
He's
He said some-
gaggy. You know,
Yes.
like you need like a messy gay
There's
running a magazine.
I'm like if I can't remember the covers like that, I feel like that.
There is a gag element to it. I think
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah, a little bit of chaos.
yeah. Well, I don't even think we've really gotten his first cover yet, but Adam Baidawi,
at GQ.
So GQ, Adam
Okay.
Baidawi, who was an internal hire because he was
Yep.
first of all, I believe his last cover over at British GQ was that fantastic Paul Mescal cover. That was like a
Oh,
painting.
I just
Yeah.
got the chills.
Yeah.
So good.
I
Full
saw
body.
that cover and was like, that is the shit that will make me go buy a magazine.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I did.
Yep.
I bought it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. We have these Odyssey covers
Yeah.
with Tom Holland, Matt Damon.
I think having Tom Holland show like full armpit on a magazine cover is pretty unhinged.
It was a little,
Like,
it was a
that's a
little
choice.
unhinged, a little bit for the gays, but I did think it was too close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Further back
Yeah.
and kind of like I'm not mad at seeing Tom Holland's
No, of
armpit
course.
by any means. Good for Zendaya.
He's
but-
had a spate of like weird covers lately because this
Yes,
recent
yes.
Esquire one where he's just sitting on a chair.
yeah.
I just don't love like a portrait cover. I just think it's really boring. Maybe for subscriber cover for the magazines that are still doing that. I don't think any of them are, but I want something interesting.
Or if it's going to be a portrait in like close crop like that, I think it's better served for like a really amazing beauty look. Like
Right.
I want
Yes.
I want a Lupita on a
Right.
like sure
Yes.
give me
Yes.
pores, there aren't any, but like show me as close as you can.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it, and she'll serve it. I don't need Robert Pattinson quite that close.
Well, no.
But I'll
Not-
take him, like further
none of
away in a cool look, and
Yeah.
like doing something interesting. But
Yeah.
yeah, those were a little
Like
tight
put him
for
on
me.
like a motorcycle or whatever they like to do, like a vintage
I
car.
don't
Like
know.
give me that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, if we're thinking about people too who can sort of sell magazine covers or who are just like excited to see,
Mhm.
aside from, O'Connor and Hudson, it's like who else is out there? I saw that you really loved, John, this recent photo shoot with Meg Stalter and Paul Downs. It's like,
Oh,
are we shifting towards these types of celebrities who have these sort of fervent fan bases online where it's like, oh,
Mhm.
I want to go and see what they're doing, like them revitalizing Gucci.
Right. I mean, I loved that because it was so unexpected. That I've been a fan of Paul W. Downs since like Broad City back
I love
in
that
the
you
day.
throw the W in there.
I feel like
I've known him for years. I've never thrown that
Really?
W in there.
Okay.
No.
Is he not saying W?
I don't think he doesn't say W to me. But
I'll drop it. So like
no,
I
love that you say it.
I've loved
Address
Paul-
it by his
government
full
name.
Paul
name.
William Downs.
PWD.
The PWD. If you know, you know. Like love him down since Broad City. Love that they showed so much of his body in this shoot because it's insane.
Yes.
And people were in my comments like, "Oh my god, when did Paul Downs get so hot?" I'm like, "Baby, he's been
since Broad
jacked.
City. He played a personal trainer.
Yeah,
and he
right.
was always like,
he was
I
always
had to stay
shirtless.
in shape to do that.
He was always ripped. Like that's been the case. But and then Meg is such like a, you know, she has this incredible unhinged
She's
gay
so
chaos about her that like putting that in the context of like a high fashion editorial Mario Testino in the 90s like vibe is so bonkers. Speaking of gay people running wild, like what intern proposed this and they just ran with it because it's Pride Month. Like I love them for it. So that it was just like exciting and it's not always gonna work. I don't think that juxtaposition is always successful, and sometimes it does read like a stunt. In this case, I thought it was witty enough, they are charismatic enough and have this like really crazy bond together that like it sold it for me.
Well, you know, you have Meg in this new pop star era too. And do we like the music?
Prettiest Girl in America on repeat.
Is she actually making music?
And a second single, Burr.
Oh,
I haven't heard Burr.
She's coming for Kim Petras' bag, honey.
Well, listen, I mean, when I first moved to New York, you couldn't go anywhere in Brooklyn without bumping into Kim Petras. She was at every party, whether you wanted her there or not. I'm at a warehouse, I'm on a boat, I'm in a theater, Kim Petras is there and she's performing 100%. So like if Meg wants to get in on that, I won't complain. I think she's so much fun.
Next stop, Ladyland. Well, I'm just thinking about this look of hers and like the new shift, and like her stylist is Kat Tapaldis, and I just like, I'm wondering what you two think too of stylists working with these new stars in general. Now, Chrissy, I'm not trying to have the streets come for you, but we have talked a bit about our heated rivalry boys and their looks. We have Anastasia Walker doing Hudson. We have James Yardley doing Connor. They are really going for these bold sort of and I don't mean this really derogatory, but they're really sort of going for these bold sort of like outfast looks. You know, like you see like there's been like the past couple years, right? I feel like gay celebrities in particular have been hitting the carpet in just like a flashy, crazy sort of look. And it's like, what's that giving to you, John? You know, like, is it giving like trying to do a stunt? Is it giving like, oh, I'm actually like doing a nod to fashion? Like what is it?
I mean, there was the whole thing of I think Harry Styles was like a good case study for that of people
From
were
Harry
saying
Lambert.
like, is it kind of queer baiting? He's wearing dresses on covers. People overreacted so much so that like he looked amazing.
He looked amazing. I love him in feminine looks.
Literally. And he, you know, there's plenty of like precedent for that in the rock and roll
for sure
British, you know, kind of scene. And so like people politicized it too much, but it is a genuine like valid question. Yeah, like should cis straight men be wearing kind of like feminine leaning clothes if they aren't part of that community or don't identify in a certain way? I feel like with these boys in particular, Connor's gay, yes?
Who knows?
In my mind, he is. That's kind of all I care about.
We're not. According to the Heated Rivalry fandom, we're not allowed to talk about the boys' sexuality.
Why not?
But
why?
But Connor's gay.
Connor's gay.
Yeah.
Okay. So like I'm you know, to be clear, I'm fine with either of them like expressing like expressing themselves through fashion. Please God, have fun. Like don't go to the Met Gala in a black tuxedo. You can wear an ugly blue Matador Balenciaga costume or that sad Saint Laurent blouse. The Connor wore, which like at any other event, sure, fine. It's like totally serviceable and cute. Get the arms out, give the girls what they want to see. But like, is it Met Gala worthy? No. But no, I'm happy for anybody that wants to like do something really fun. Alexander Skarsgård is another great.
Also works with Harry Lambert.
Right. And so like, yeah, get the guys in thigh-high Saint Laurent boots
For
on
sure.
the red carpet.
Yeah.
Give me something to talk about.
Yes.
I'm here for it. As I think, so long as you're not like, claiming or like trying to mislead people. I think there is a surreptitious sort of angle to that where you could sort of like market yourself to like get in on the gay, I don't know, like culture of it all and monetize off of that. And like, that's
Right.
not cool. But like,
Right.
if you're just like appreciating fashion,
Right, and having fun with it, because
please.
that's a huge issue right now, especially with red carpets, is that everything is so boring. I was actually just in the DMs with Carla Welch yesterday chatting about this, and even said to me, she was like, I would rather put my clients in something like weird that people like don't like at this point, because like everything is moving so fast that you're also forgetting about the look literally the next day,
Right.
after it's been digested and whatnot. I know. I think with Connor, I'm just like, why isn't Saint Laurent doing more custom for him?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
for the Met Gala thing, it was like, yeah, of course he looked great. Thing is that Connor's so beautiful, he's gonna look great in anything, but
And he did. Like, that's not the at issue here. Like, he looked
right.
amazing.
He looked amazing, but
I
you're just
could buy
like,
that
that's
top
yeah, you're like,
on Fifth
that's
Avenue right
what
now.
you're doing for your
And that's the
first
question,
Met
right?
Gala.
It's like, what do we want from celebrities on a red carpet? Do
Yeah.
you want them to wear something that I can log online and buy, that night, like it's Love
No.
Island fashion, like I can get this $3 swimsuit
Oh my God.
tonight.
We were just
Yeah.
Chrissy was showing
I
me the
know.
Instagram account. I had
It's
no
so
idea this
good.
existed.
It's so good.
She's wearing archival Fashion Nova. Like this is that's a really rare Shein bodysuit. Like, gag me.
Oh. Hello? Who's this for? Oh, yes. John,
It's
this
for
is
me.
for you.
I was like, what's happening?
Oh my God, a real corded phone. This is
Yeah.
hello.
Hi, John. My name's Grace. Big fan. Excited to be a caller. I have a question. One of the things I love about your videos is how you manage to critique fashion or critique people on the red carpet without ever turning it into just a parade of saying horrible things about women, which I feel like was kind of the classic tropes of fashion police in the past when things looked bad or looked off. And I'm just wondering how you have managed to kind of carve out this space where you're able to be critical and be even funny or like really poignant and have great zingers, but also not make it mean. I'm just wondering how you think about that, how you approach that style of your work. Was that intentional in making these videos? And yeah, would just love to hear more about how you think about your work. And thanks for making such great videos.
Thanks, Grace. Thank you.
Well, now we drag them in.
Well, I'm ready. I mean, that's a very kind sentiment, Grace. Thank you. It's not intentional per se. Like, I don't go out of my way to like pull punches necessarily, but it's also like, it's not interesting for me as a consumer or a creator to sit here and say like, I hate that, she looks terrible. That's such it ends before it begins. There is no conversation, there's nowhere to build off of that, and it gets mean and nasty really quickly. There are some moments, isolated incidents, if I'm doing a red carpet roundup, especially if like, I don't know, if I don't really care for the person or their politics or whatever, where I'm like, I hate this, and like they look bad because they are rotted. For the most part, that's not what I'm doing. And I don't know, I think it's all about not thinking of it as this bubble and trying to consider all the work that went into that one look, what decisions were made. Even if I don't care for something necessarily, like not everything is going to be my taste, and that's fine, that's good. What Carla said, like something that is what some people perceive as ugly but is exciting and a talking point is far better than a safe, pretty look.
Totally.
But yeah, I'm thinking of, the stylists and the tailors and the designers and everybody that went into kind of like getting this dress on this person for this carpet. And those are all conversations and decisions that I am not at all privy to, as well as thinking about it like out of context. Like, I'm sitting in my apartment, like I'm not seeing this person in real life. I'm not seeing the garment in real life. It's a completely different experience to see someone like living in a piece of clothing than to see a still photo on a news roundup when I'm like churning out content. So like you have to kind of keep that in the back of your mind of like, what I'm seeing might not be the full story. I don't know how this came to be, but what good
I like when people
It's
share
very
the stories
considerate.
too.
Oh,
you know,
for sure.
when
The
stylist
making of
lets
the
you
dress.
know,
Totally.
Love.
with
Yeah.
the behind the scenes,
Or
or
it's
like
like-
I was going with this like mood board, or like I was trying to tell this story.
This was the
reference.
reference. Oh yeah, it's like, and it changes the opinion so rapidly. Like you get your kind of like gut instinct reaction, and a lot of times, like, I mean, the cycle is so fast, and like people are trying to make content so reactively and so quick that like all you can do, there's time for is to just say like I hate it or I don't.
Yeah.
But once you can get the reference and the context and the story, yeah, like maybe this wasn't their first choice dress, the other one fell through, we had to pivot to this one, we had to sew it onto her because it
Yeah.
wasn't, you know, properly tailored or
So
it wasn't
many of those
finished.
details
Like
are lost.
that's amazing. Like that's
Yeah.
such a fun, what a cool story that goes into it. And it's very easy for us to just say like, ew, I don't like it, or yeah, that's great. Like, okay, what else?
Yeah, I mean, that begs the question. I think I was asking it before too. Is just sort of like, what do we want from these carpets? You know, do you want something that you can buy quickly? Do you want a reference from people? I think that right now there is a lot of, and I think, you know, like La Roche and Zendaya sort of made this famous, you know, like we're
Oh,
doing
yeah.
these
The
archival
theme.
moments,
the
you know,
archival,
or
yes.
we're
Or
either
the
doing these big
thematic.
archival moments,
Yeah.
or we're doing these theme looks for
Method.
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And can everybody pull that off? And everyone's trying to do that now. And it's like, do we want that? You know, it's not working for everybody, but
I
we also
know.
just said Alexander Skarsgård, right? Like
Yeah.
Fort Pillion, like
Right.
he went very like BDSM, like
Yeah.
Tom of Finland
Yeah.
looks for his press tour, and I loved it.
Yeah. I know. I think it really depends on the movie, right? We don't need that all the time. Like the Barbie movie, of course.
Yeah.
Like that Margot Robbie tour was absolutely flawless. I think when Zendaya was doing challengers, like it was so fun that everything was kind of like tennis themed. But
Yeah.
I don't want to see that for every movie press tour, you know?
Yeah.
J Lo's Office movie, she should have been in Banana Republic,
Oh.
right?
Or like Timothée Chalamet and his Givenchy suits, which I actually loved. I think he got a lot of hate for this, but during the award season, like towards the end, he wore this same Givenchy by Sarah Burton double-breasted suit, and he just wore it in different colors.
There was like a butter yellow.
Yeah, there was a white for the
Yeah,
Oscars.
yeah.
There was a black. There was a brown. There was a pinstripe.
Yeah.
Something blue for the Teen
Yeah.
Vogue party.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was-
that's kind of fun.
I
in a
know. I
way.
liked it.
Okay, what happened to him though? What happened to our good sis? Because I feel like I used to follow this Instagram account, Ready Timmy Wear. Okay, I used to buy things that Timothée Chalamet wore. I thought he had swag.
I'm a Timothée Chalamet apologist. Like I love him, and I still think.
I was happy for him during the Knicks. You know, I was
Right.
celebrating with him.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
oh, this is why I love
but you're
you.
disappointed by the change in his style.
I just think the style. Yeah, the style's kind of whack to me now.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. It's just not what I think that he's kind of like rallying against like the way that obviously we saw him in the earlier part of his career, and it's kind of like I get it. He was 21. He was like this ingenue and blah blah blah, and I think his image was like heavily crafted in that way, and now I think he just wants something different.
Well, now he's in the Kardashian world too.
You're right.
You know, so that,
Also,
is,
my
that,
God.
is that affecting?
Now we're doing Chrome Heart.
I know.
Is that affecting his look too?
Maybe. I mean,
I
there
mean,
was
I think to a certain extent, yeah.
there are some looks where I'm like, where he's carrying like a little mini Chanel bag or something.
Mhm.
I'm
I
like,
know,
that's Stormy's. Like, that's not yours. It's not even Kylie's.
It's absolutely.
We know where it came from.
It's absolutely
and like
Stormy's.
honestly, that's iconic. Like I love that energy. And there was one look in particular, he was wearing like a pink beanie and like a thin little scarf.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
very like 2005.
I think that was for a complete unknown tour.
Yeah, it was it was crazy. But I remember the era when he was very polished. He was wearing a lot of like Heider Ackermann,
Yeah.
Louis Vuitton, McQueen. He wore a lot of really great Burton
Yeah.
McQueen suiting for a
Mhm.
while, and like I know I'm with you. Like I loved that era. It
Yeah.
was polished, but it was young and interesting.
Really interesting.
And now I think he's just like, I'm gonna go over here and wear whatever I want now.
Bugetto.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I think
Do
maybe
we think Jacob Elordi's going to change too now? Because he's also with a
he
Kardashian.
doesn't do it for me. I'm not like impressed by the style, the looks.
I mean, it's hard because
nothing.
he's so tall.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
and I don't think Kendall like would really affect how he dresses
No.
anyway.
And I mean, like, he's
You're
a
like-
Bottega girl anyway.
Yeah.
Like, regardless, he's gonna. We know what
Exactly.
he's gonna be wearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like great. Love new
Those
Bottega.
contracts.
The contract. He's locked. He's locked in there, and I don't think
a
he's
contract
like.
that works though. For
Right.
me,
For
at least, I like him in
for
Bottega.
sure,
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
sure.
Some of
for
the other
sure.
girls need to be freed for their
Well,
contracts.
I mean,
Yes.
Margot,
Yeah.
poor girl, was
Yeah.
in shackles for years
I
with Chanel.
know.
She
What
was
an era
liberated.
to have to
Rough.
live through.
Rough. We-
Coco's ghost was was locking the door.
Right. No, but Jacob is like, yeah, like it works for him. I don't get the sense that he's like cares enough to like push against the contract or like want to break out
He's
and do
reading
something
books.
else.
Like,
It's like,
I know. I think
legitimate.
Reading books.
also a lot of them don't care.
Yeah.
It's like I think we think because they're in the entertainment world that they care about fashion. I think a lot of them do not.
no, it's
So they're
like-
just like, okay, put this suit on me.
That's a
Oh,
job.
they're paying me 6 figures to wear this all year.
Mhm.
Great.
great. Then I guess Bottega is now my favorite
Yeah.
brand. Like, and that's amazing. And he does look good in it. He wears it well. So yeah, like there's nothing to really complain about there.
You both, love commenting on fashion and celebrity and style, and a lot of people in both of your positions have sort of pivoted to, I want to be like celebrity stylists now. Is that something that interests you at all, or are you just sort of like, I'm good? Because once you are in the rooms, then people will be commenting on your work.
I've dabbled in that, and I worked at Harper's Bazaar for many years. I styled shoots. I've assisted stylists. It is grueling work. I was not made to work that hard. It's it's just so much more physical than people like truly understand. And to do it on your own, I was like, I did it with like the Messenger account
Teams.
from my magazine.
Right.
Like I had all the stuff delivered to my office. Like I had all the makings for it to be as easy as possible, and it's still so much work. So I would no,
Yeah.
nope, that's not for me.
When I was like, I don't know, 13-year-old gay boy watching the Zoe Project on Bravo. Absolutely. That was my
Yeah.
dream job. I was like, I want to be her. I want to wear flowy caftans and like pull couture
And she's
for
still wearing
Cameron
them.
Diaz, and she's still wearing them and she still looks amazing. But yeah, I think people think that like it's gonna be what La Roche does, and
Yeah.
like that you have this like army at your disposal. But like I have a good friend who's a celebrity stylist. I've gotten to know several others in the industry, and yeah, it's crazy work. It's so much logistics. It's so much pressure.
And you're the help.
And you right, like it's a very like uncelebrated
Yeah.
job in a lot
for
of ways,
sure.
because not everybody is at that level of being like a celebrity stylist who is also a celebrity themselves. And
Mhm.
Mhm.
it's like, if you want that, great. I don't think I'm cut out for it either.
Yeah.
I consulted someone for the Met Gala,
Mhm.
and it's fascinating
That's so
stuff.
fun.
Like, yeah, it's like, oh, we're purchasing couture. Like things are being made. Like that's amazing.
Yeah.
Why or how much money? And like, yeah, let's pull jewelry, but like it's a lot more work than I think people bargain for.
Totally.
And it's a grueling kind of job, and I think people also like glamorize and idolize these moments of the Andrew Gelwicks and Margot Robbie, like, you know, being able to put together this amazing Barbie press tour, the Wuthering Heights press tour, anything that Zendaya and Law do together.
Mm-hmm.
It's not always gonna be that. It's gonna be
No.
like, okay, she needs a dress for this dinner,
Right.
but it still needs to like check all of these boxes, but there's no like narrative to it. It's hard.
Mhm.
It's so hard. And then let you get a client that's not sample size.
Right. Forget it.
Uh,
Well, also hard is just being like an influencer in general, you know, because that has
So
that is
hard.
the definition of it has changed so much,
yeah.
probably since you both started, you
Yeah.
know. So how would you say that your role has changed? How has your relationship to the word influencer changed, etc.?
Yeah, I think it's tricky. You know, influencer can have such a like connotation, but you know, it's an umbrella term, and it's like if people want to call me that, that's fine. You know, I still consider myself to be like a fashion industry professional. I worked in magazines for 10 years, and I'm like, I put in the work. I paid my dues. So I'm like, you're gonna put some respect on my name. And but yeah, I love the freedom that I have to engage it with the industry in the ways that I really want to. And then I can sit out for the things that don't or that aren't for me anymore, like going to Fashion Week. I stopped going to Fashion Week 3 years ago. Unless it's like, you know, a friend is doing something. And yeah, I like that I just get to share my like so much of myself, and I just really enjoy that aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm newer to influencing, and it is still kind of like a sticky word for me. I don't love that. Also because like it's such a small percentage of like what the content I put out is, and like I also consider myself like I'm a historian and a critic, and you know, I have these constructive, hopefully like intelligible things to say. But sometimes, yeah, I might try to sneak in an ad or something, but I hope that it is still like on message, and like the tone isn't drastically different from the content that I normally produce. Like that's the key to when I'll say yes to something, is
Yeah.
like I don't ever want it to be like forced, phony, and not like genuine as much as an ad can be.
I know. I struggle with that because I think there's just like this immediate, you know, audiences think like, oh, if you're doing an ad, then you don't really like that product or whatever. You're just doing it because you want the money. And it's like, I never approach partnerships that way. It's like, I know there is so much crap out there, and you know, and I genuinely want to work with the brands that I really like, or I really like their product. Like I think it, to me, it just feels icky trying to sell something to people that like I don't actually like. I don't know. And maybe
Yeah.
it's also because I was an editor, so I'm like, you know, it's like I know what the landscape is. So, you know, for me, being authentic is really important.
Oh. Hello. Oh, this is for you.
Oh, yay.
Hi, Chrissy. This is Terrence from New York. One of my questions for you is about how can an influencer, say a micro influencer, break through in the fashion industry, being seen by brands and agencies and wanting to work their way up top, when primarily you see brands that focus on influencers or creators that have higher numbers and that are predominantly not African American. Thanks so much.
Ooh. Terrence.
Yeah.
Terrence, that's a great question. I know it's really tricky, and you know, people often come to me advice about being an influencer, and I think it takes so much guts to do that if you haven't worked in the industry. Like, I think a big reason why I ended up moving into this was because it just felt like a natural progression once I left my job. But I think, listen, the internet, I'm like, even though it feels oversaturated, back in 2017, when I was thinking about leaving my job, another like former editor told me like, oh, you're never going to be able to make a living off of influencing. It's so oversaturated. 2017. So I'm like,
Wow.
now it's even more oversaturated, but I still think like there's just so much opportunity, and you just have to start creating. Like, people want to see someone who has a point of view, people who are putting themselves out there, who are, can find a way to create something that people feel like they haven't really seen before. They haven't really seen that perspective. Like, we're all so different. And so I just think we all have something to offer because we all have such different point of views. And of course, the industry is unfortunately like all about who you know. And so I believe Terrence said he's from New York City. It's like, be out and about as much as you can, and because you never know who you're gonna meet.
You have
I
to
just
be in
think
the streets.
there's so much opportunity just based on being in the mix, going to parties, meeting people, even if they're like not fashion related, because it's New York City. Like, you never know who you're gonna come across. And as you're creating content, you gotta keep tagging the brands. Like, I have a friend, Rupert, who like has a day job, but he's really into pop culture, watches Love Island and, the Bravo shows and all of that. And he just started making tons of videos, and like, he just hit like 30,000 followers on Instagram. And now, he's basically becoming an influencer on the side. So it's like, there's always room for more.
People think that because of the internet now, because of social media, you can do all of this from home.
Right.
You can't do it from home. It's people had this question with Madeline Cash recently, her book Lost Lambs, right? There was a lot of, people wondering online, like, how did this book become so popular? Like, why is everyone reviewing this, etc.? Like, why is her debut novel, like being reviewed in these places? Why does she have this publicist? Like, how does she know this person? It's
right
because she moved to New York and she was outside. And it's you can be an author, right? And be living on your farm.
Yep.
It might be harder,
Yeah.
than to find an agent, find a
Right.
publishing house. You got to be really
Community.
good to do that. But it is also still possible to move to New York and be a young, buzzy writer.
Yeah.
People have done it for centuries.
Of course.
And the same thing happens with influencing and fashion. It's like, I feel like a lot of people believe that they're going to be at home doing the commentary, and that's it. And they'll do the commentary from their living room, and they'll like wait for the offers to roll in, or they'll podcast from home and wait for the offers and ads to roll in. And it's, well,
you got to be out.
Where
and
you
about.
at?
You got to be out and about meeting people. That's how this city has always worked.
You'll be waiting a while, and like, it'll come in, it'll trickle in, and there's a domino effect either way. If you're doing it solely from home and you're not getting out there and networking and engaging with people and meeting people, like, it's a slower on ramp. But yeah, as soon as you like go to a fashion event or a show or something in New York or anywhere else, like, then you meet someone else who knows someone else who will connect you with this PR and this agency. It's crazy, and it is difficult because like I'm a tired person, and like I don't want to be be outside.
Same.
I want to be on my couch. Like, I want to
Same.
be just like doing my little thing, but every so often, there's 3, 4, or 5 events in one week, and okay, like, this is a busy week. We got to just like get out there and do it, because who knows what opportunities are going to come from that.
Yeah.
But speaking of being everywhere, like, you're not even New York
I
the whole
know.
time.
I'm
Like,
not.
you're out there in London.
I am.
It's like, tell us
I am.
about that. Tell us about splitting your time between New York and London.
When I was an editor at Bazaar, I was covering London Fashion Week from like 2016 to 2019. And so I was there twice a year. I started making great friends and just like really getting such a feel for the city. And so, yeah, I was like, I feel like I should just try living here. And I actually went to London literally 3 days after quitting my job at Bazaar, February 5th of 2020. And I was going to be there for 2 months. And then a little thing called the pandemic hit. And my parents were like, don't you think you should come home? So, yeah, that trip got cut short. And then summer of 2022, I was like, actually, I'm going to go back and I'm going to do it again. And yeah, I went thinking again, like maybe I'd just be there for like 2 months. And I ended up staying for 5 months. And then now it's 4 years later and I'm still doing the back and forth. And it's just been really fun. Like I work for myself. I worked in corporate America for 10 years. So I'm like, I just want to take advantage of the freedom that I have. And that's what, living in 2 different places does for me.
Mm-hmm. And, like you did this transition and you launched like a newsletter,
Yes.
like for Joy. It's like,
Yes.
how has this shift into like the newsletter world been for you too? Because also everybody wants a newsletter now too. Like
Everyone wants a
people are writing
newsletter.
again.
I know everyone wants a newsletter. Yeah, I launched my newsletter Forward Joy in 2021. Kind of a departure from my fashion background. It's more dedicated to like personal development and self-care. I write a lot of personal essays and I interview like mental health professionals or just people that I think have an interesting point of view. And it's a lot of work. I think every time I see someone be like, should I start a Substack? My newsletter is not on Substack, by the way. I'm just like, you have no idea. You have no idea how much work it takes. I mean, depending on what you're doing, but
No, it's hard. Like getting out even one a month is hard because it's like it takes energy to like, even if you're like, I'm gonna write an essay, right?
Yeah. Even if you're gonna like round up some links for things to
Right.
shop, like that still takes a lot of work. And like, as we know, to build anything, you kind of have to have like a consistent cadence, which is why my newsletter is only twice a month because I'm like, I can't do much more than that with the depth of mine. And yeah, I've been doing it for 5 years. Like sometimes I'm like, how much longer am I gonna do
Twice a month is great though too, because
I love it.
One,
plus a bonus for paid people.
We're subscribed to so many newsletters now, and
Right.
then also now people are like they're on Patreon, etc. And
Yep.
it's like, how many different subscriptions do we have? If honestly,
Totally.
like I don't want to subscribe to a newsletter that's in my inbox every day.
I know. I think the feedback that I get from a lot of people is that like
feedback?
there's
Feedback.
is that they like they look forward to like anticipating it, So I like that. It's like it's something that you're waiting for because it's only every other week.
Well, listen, my subscribers are always waiting for mine too, because when is it coming? Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah. It's a labor of love.
Well, shifting back to our main topic then,
Yes.
which is fashion.
Yeah.
What can people wear to maybe attract partners or like just new attention on themselves?
Oh.
Like if someone is thinking of like, I want to switch it up,
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, it depends on like who and
Who's
what
your
you're trying to
Yeah,
attract.
yeah.
There's
Who's your
like
audience?
I could take a really like gay approach to this to this
Do it.
question,
Do
which
it.
is like, yeah, if you're trying to attract someone, slutty little tank top and like tight little shorts, whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, for something
But
like
some of the boys want trade now.
absolutely,
They want that masculine, sporty look,
Yep.
I mean,
so then you're wearing like the
Like a Paul Mescal look?
No, well, I feel
Like
like,
the
the
short
intersection
shorts?
of fashion and sports
And
has happened
sport.
this year too. It's like
Oh.
people
Yeah.
like I've been wearing like a lot more jerseys.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wear the
Oh.
baggy
Which-
pant.
oh.
I wear the
Go Knicks.
Did you see the Knicks merch that's being sold outside the building?
Yeah, the Knicks merch is sold everywhere in the streets
Yeah.
too, and it's
Yeah.
like, first of all, yeah, fuck capitalism and the man, because this merch is like $20 a pop
Right.
instead of paying like $100 for
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that.
official gear and stuff. And then, of course, we were rooting for the Knicks because Wes Wilson from Summer House was telling people not to root for the Knicks because he didn't want people watching him get grilled on the
that boy
Summer
needs to go
House
away.
finale
I
episode.
just I don't know, the Knicks thing really caught me off guard and like
Did it catch you off guard how many gays were into it too? Because I was at parties and people were talking about this at Basement.
Yeah, in Animal, wearing the jersey. I'm like, I've never heard you say the word
I've never seen you
basketball in your life. I mean, I'm not there all the time.
Well, we got to get you there.
Okay.
I'm there all the time, unfortunately.
Yeah. under that disco ball in your Knicks jersey with the tag still on it.
Listen, we love a cultural moment that brings the people together. The people were outside.
Yeah, it was
it's
joyful.
a New York narrative for the summer.
Totally,
It is the New York narrative for the summer. We're still celebrating.
Yeah, no, it's so like it's good to have something for people to like rally behind, and I love that. It was just like for me particularly, like sports ball is never going to be that thing. But like
not the sports ball.
If you look, if you like it, I love it. I love that for you.
Were you outside for Game 5?
No. Out of how many? Well, it ended at 5.
The final one.
Five was it.
5.
But that was the thing too. It was like Knicks in 3. I was like Knicks in 12. What are we doing? Like what's going on?
Wait, so what did you do? I'm confused.
I ordered sushi. And took a gummy and like watched a movie with a friend, just like a chill.
Even
Saturday
New York's
night.
patron saint of fashion, Sarah Jessica Parker, was outside. Okay,
as she should.
Cool.
And
with her book in her purse and rooting for the Knicks.
And if I was Sarah Jessica Parker, one day, God willing, I would also be outside wearing mismatched blue and orange Manolos in support of the Knicks. But it was just like very, very scary, spooky energy for me. It was a little too much. I was like, I'm gonna stay in my den and observe from afar, and seeing all the footage the next day of like buses being set on fire.
It was crazy uptown. It was crazy uptown. So I get that.
You guys need to.
I was in Times Square.
Baby, I was in Brooklyn. Okay, and it was giving fame. We were dancing in the streets. Okay,
I love
and
it.
it was a little queer too.
Oh.
I love that.
Next time. When is the next one?
Well,
do they not do it annually? Well, we might not
gotta
make
get to the
it.
final.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
So,
well, let me know.
First time in 53 years.
Well,
oh, that's a long time.
Yeah. That's
it was
this
long.
is like a huge deal.
yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, I brought her up, and so I'm Sarah Jessica Parker, and this is gonna be my last question. Actually,
Yeah.
I feel like people come to New York for that dream. They want that romance. They want to be fashionable, etc.
Yep.
And there's still the sacred text is Sex in the City.
Of course.
Is this still the sacred text? Do the girls need to get over it? Like, what are your thoughts on Sex in the City in 2026?
I don't think we need to get over it.
Mhm.
And like the younger girls coming in, like you need to know your history.
Yeah.
Like read the ancient
Yes.
scripture.
Yes.
Watch
Press play on HBO
Press
Max.
play. It's all there for you. They're easy episodes. You know,
Yeah.
you can just run right through them. But
Yep.
you know, is it the only like Bible to live by? Like, no, probably not. And there is like a lot of cliche, you know, trend chasing that I'm like, okay, I know exactly why you're wearing this, and it's
Yeah.
because of this episode in season 3, whatever. And that remains like as a standalone like point of reference. Like, yeah, it's
the
gold,
ultimate.
and it's important, and it was at just the right moment, I think, to have this lasting impact that it does. So yeah, like the girls need to know about it.
Yeah.
Don't live your life by that, and don't
and you
dress
can't.
don't,
Yeah.
like, please God, don't say like, well, would Carrie Bradshaw wear this? Carrie Bradshaw wore some
Woo!
crazy shit.
Yeah. Like they're not all good.
No, it's not. Like she had her great moments as well, but like Carrie was collaging outfits together
Yeah.
a
And
lot
that's
of the
just
time.
broke.
Yeah, so it's not realistic.
A lot of her life, people are always having this convo online, right? Like, how did she afford
For
this,
her
etc.
life.
Well,
Right.
first of all, she was canonically broke on the show,
Right.
Yeah.
And she was outside. She was going to events where
Right.
she
Yep.
was drinking for free, having like the hors d'oeuvres, and I'm sure a
Yeah.
lot of these outfits were given to her.
Right.
And then going on
And-
dates, men buying her
and
dinner.
like,
She was
that's why they were
chain-smoking.
bad. Like, they weren't things that she wanted. They were just like, here's this look,
Right.
so you got to rock it.
which happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
happens with the
She
free
was
stuff.
an influencer back
Yeah.
in her day. It just like wasn't really a canon role
Yeah.
yet. But yeah, she was, you know, but also like had this backing to her. Like she was a semi-serious writer. Like she had a column, and there was substance to her as well. But yeah, like don't do anything or like center your style around Carrie or any of them, but like use it as education, as supplemental material. I think that's totally fine.
It's a reference.
Yeah, and we love references.
Yes, we do. Inspo.
All right, that's great. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thanks,
This is so fun.
This was so good.